Personally, you can get on stage and it's with abandonment. There's a freedom because you've already done the work. So you can get up and sing. And then when you're relaxed, you can send your voice out and it soars. And hopefully it's going from here so that it'll connect with someone right there.
And that was something we wanted to mention too, like about rehearsals, is if you have a solo, you want to try something new, use rehearsal to do that. Don't do it on
Rehearsal
stage.
is a safe space.
Because it scares
Performance
people.
is not.
It'll scare your group. If the audience sees, oh, they have no idea what they're gonna do right now. It makes the audience nervous too. You know what I mean? Try it. Be like, I decided I'm gonna belt an F in the solo, so I'm gonna try it tonight at rehearsal. Just let me know if it works. If it doesn't work, they'll tell you.
Especially if you're in my group, they will tell you.
Oh, yeah.
They will tell you. But rehearsals are a safe place, and don't be afraid to rehearse on your own. But I would say I like to take things a step further. I like to do my best, and this isn't for everybody. This may be a jacket that doesn't fit everybody. I try not to sing the same thing the same way twice, as a challenge, just to step out of my comfort zone. Now, some people, other members of Simply Put actually, they find what works and they stick it, and that's what they're gonna do. Now, that is fine. If you polish it, it's nice and shiny, you know what you're doing, you feel comfortable in it, then rock that out. For me personally, I get bored, it's an ADD thing, so I try different things. Especially in rehearsal, when you get a set of songs that you continue to sing over and over again, you wanna try different things to keep things fresh. But do what works for you. Doing the same thing twice for me doesn't usually work because I won't remember it and I'll just try something new based on how I'm feeling that moment. But even doing that, it's rehearsed. I've experimented a lot with different things to see what I can do with this melody line and stuff. And then a lot of it is when I get on stage is how is the audience perceiving it? If I'm too overwhelming for the audience, I'm not going to just ear-rape people.
What?
New word. But if it's working and people are connecting, then it's okay, let's try something, let's go for something, let's see what we can make happen.
And we know that about him. So we're prepared that that's gonna happen. Because sometimes in rehearsals we'd be like, that was so, oh wait, I have to sing right now. Like you get lost, like, oh my God, that was incredible. Oh, what measure are we on? But we know that about him, so on stage we're like, okay, what's he gonna do?
But again, this is not about us. I'm just trying to give you my perspective on how things work in my head and what works for me. Just so that you have options, because options is where it's at. Now, is there anything else? Because we got to get people on their feet so we can do it too.
Yeah, did anybody else have other things? We got confidence. We can talk about how that works for everybody, and that's, how do you get that? If you're really nervous and you're not ready for a solo, you can tell your group, I don't think I'm ready for a solo. And that's okay, And sometimes you just got to do it. There's nobody else. So don't talk yourself down. Just do it. If you have a support, that's because there's something there. And you have to embrace that. Because these people are believing in you, so believe in yourself. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Cheesy, but it's very, very true. Honestly, very, very true. What do you say?
Who's first?
Can you talk about originality when singing covers?
Originality when singing covers. Well, here's the thing. First two things that pop to my head is this. A lot of times, because we're a cappella groups, we do a lot of covers. It's okay to cover that song, but I still say with the vocalists that I work with, try something new because we know what the song is, we know what the song is supposed to sound like. So if you feel comfortable giving that, what the original artist gave, do it. But once you get comfortable, try things. Try on a different code, see what works. I'm gonna take this note up a little bit, I'm gonna take this note a little bit down. I'm not gonna do that like that happens. I'm gonna try something different. It's almost like I found being a soloist is another extension of being an arranger. Because you're taking a melody and you're rewriting it and you're doing something new and something fresh with it. So I would say, take the freedom. If you have the freedom, again, there's a limit and there's a place. Don't get too crazy with it, but take that responsibility and run with it. Try on things. That's how you know what you're there. That's how you get comfortable with things. And that's where the confidence is going to come from the practicing, from the trying on different codes.
And you can do genres too. I decide I'm good at rock. I'm gonna sing this how I would sing this. I'm gonna make this a rock song right now. That's an easy switch, and it'll sound different than the original, you know, or whatever you're good at, use that. Totally use that. If you're doing something you've never tried before, it's gonna take a lot more practice. If you're up for that challenge, totally do it. But if you know you're good at something, use it and work with that. That's your toolbox. Let's go, let's sing. Woo.
Who's first? Let's do it.
I saw a lot of hands of people that are competing tonight. We talked for a really long time.
Yes.
What's your name?
Hannah,
Hannah, where are you from?
here from Bowling.
What's your school?
See you.
I think my breath is bad, so you use that microphone. It's coffee breath, I'm sorry. You can sing if you guys want to debut what you're doing in competition tonight. You can sing something you normally do in your group that you might want to get some feedback on or what have you, or just something you've always wanted to try just based on who you are as a soloist. I think we're open.
Absolutely. Right, my friend.
You got me down on the floor. So would you bring me down here for? You got me down on the floor. So would you bring me down here for? If I wasn't then I'd make my move. If I wasn't then I'd share this move. If I was a judge, I'd break the law. And if I was from Paris, if I was from Paris.
That's what I'm talking about. Wonderful, wonderful job. Wonderful job. You have a beautiful smile. You have amazing energy. And you brought us in, we knew exactly where that tempo was. I was like, get it. She used her entire body.
The hips always tell.